musical car.
Well, after 2 years, Jeff's musical car is back, and I couldn't be happier. I have Finny McConnell with me, and super excited. It's been so long, so thanks, first of all, for coming along.
My pleasure. Glad that we're all back. It's been a
right,
while.
Right? So during the pandemic, as obviously the Mahones frontman, and then you kind of got UltraBomb on the go. Can you tell me a bit about this superstar side project?
Yeah, well, that came about last summer. I'm friends with Greg from Husker Du and Jamie from the UK Subs. I played in the UK Subs on the Canadian tour in 2016 as their guitar player, stand-in. So, and then I toured with them in Ireland 10, 12 years ago with the Mahones. So I've known them for a long time. But anyways, I just was sitting around doing nothing like everybody else. And I thought of this idea, why don't we just put this power trio together like the old days, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, because a lot of music, I remember I went to a punk bar recently and I went in there and I didn't hear any guitar rock, you know, it was all like computers and stuff. Yeah. I was like, oh man, this is bad. We need to bring back the power trio guitar rock. So that was one of the ideas for doing it. And then I called up Greg and I suggested to him, and then I called up Jamie and I suggested it to him, and they both liked the idea. So we literally formed that day and got offered a record contract that day and agency that day, and it all happened so fast. And then we met in September in Berlin. We all did our homework. I came in with the guitarist. Greg wrote all the lyrics and Jamie the drum parts. So we just kind of went in the studio. We bashed together this album in 4 days. It was just a killer album. Oh my god!
Yeah. No, I like the sounds too. It has that really late 70s, early 80s kind of punk tones to it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing, you know. Yeah. Exactly, old school.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I call it, old school.
Bringing it back.
Not a computer in there. I didn't use one computer.
Yeah.
You know, plugged the guitar into a big loud Marshall amp and did it old school, you know.
That's great.
And no computers, no laptops, nothing like that. I wanted to keep it real, you know. We co-wrote in a room. What we did is we each just came up with little bits. Like I had guitar riffs, you know. You know, like what was it? You know, from so I showed up with my riffs, and then Greg wrote all the words, and Jamie did all the drum bits, and we just sat there in a triangle. Just stood there in a triangle, and we just put the pieces together really fast. And because the talent was so good in the room, it didn't take us long. We wrote each song per hour.
Nice.
And I think we threw away 3, and we had 10 killers. And once we hit the 10th killer, I go, that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, wrap it up.
And we did wrap it up, walk away before we messed it up. Because it was like a perfect 10 songs. And then we did one cover on the last night of the session. Girlfriend of mine, Nicole, in Germany, came up for dinner with us. And she goes, you guys should do a bonus track. So we sat at the dinner table, and we all threw covered songs in the pool. Yeah. And the only one we agreed on was Sonic Reducer.
Oh, nice.
So I said, well, that's the one then.
Yeah. Can't go wrong there.
Well, we wanted to do one that all three of us liked, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we all liked the Sonic Reducer by the Dead Boys.
One of those timeless songs.
Yeah, I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh man, I wish I wrote that song. It was like that good, you know?
Yeah.
What a guitar riff. So, you know, getting my vote in that one was easy peasy. And then we had Greg sing it, just for fun. I suggested, hey Greg, why don't you sing it? Because fans go crazy if you sing Sonic Reducer. Just trust me.
The rest is history.
Okay. Yeah. And we got it done. Now we have management in California. We got record deals in Europe and North America, agents in North America and Europe. Yeah, it's going really well. And you know, we had the first 3 tours were all canceled by COVID already. Like it was getting it off the ground was very difficult. But we had the time in the studio to you know, work on the album. I worked on it a bit more in Toronto. Jamie worked on it a bit more in London, England. I did some of the vocals, lead guitars were done in Toronto and overdubs, you know. Yeah. And then Jamie did some the mixing and mixed the album, mastered in London, England with I forgot his name now, but he's a famous producer, and he does like Primal Scream, Jesus Mary Chain, all that good stuff, you know. Yeah. So yeah, it turned out really great. That's good nice. Band. Yeah.
So I guess we might as well transition to your solo stuff. So
that was last summer. Yeah.
Yeah. So is this something that you've wanted to do a long time, like back in the Mahones
Well, I would
days,
never really plan on doing solo albums, and you know, because I always know that people want to, brother, have your band, you know, and but because of the situation, I didn't really have anything else I could do, so I wanted to you know, keep being creative and artistic. So I did the solo album when it was during lockdown. I actually sang the vocals on St. Patrick's Day. I should have been doing a concert, you know. But yeah, so I did the solo album in Toronto, and I had some really famous friends and musicians on the album, like Kevin Hearn from Lou Reed, Bare Naked Ladies, Rio Statics on the keyboards, the accordion, and I had who else I have? Glenn Milcham from Blue Rodeo on the drums. Boris Baker on bass, Rob Baker's son from the Tribes of Hip. I had the son on the bass.
Probably a lot of musicians in the same shoes you were in. They're just like, we just want to play. Like,
I remember when we recorded that solo album, I was like sitting in a little plastic bubble. It was like crazy. Boy in a bubble. I know, let me out. I kind of liked it in the little bubble though. And I set it up really cozy inside. But it was weird making an album in a plastic bubble.
Yeah, I can imagine. So let's take you back to New Brunswick. You're here on tour. Played the self-proclaimed...
First time solo ever.
Yeah, the self-proclaimed Irish capital of Canada yesterday in the Miramichi.
That was fantastic.
And I'm assuming you have some nice connections up here. Good time to catch up with some old buds, people you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I played at some crazy places, Four Rivers Brewing and Three Dog Distillery. So I was in a whiskey distillery and a beer distillery.
Yeah.
Really great places. That's the thing about playing solo, is you can play really weird places, right?
No, it's true.
You know, you have to lug all the gear and stuff like that. So
one day you could be in a brewery and next day you're in a church.
Yeah, and it's nice to play solo. I mean, I don't do it much. And this is my first solo tour in the East Coast ever.
Wow.
So I'm glad to come here. I said, well, I went west last year, so I was like, if I go out, I'll go to the East Coast, because I like to come out here because I just love it out here, because it's so beautiful here. The people are so nice, so I like to make an excuse to get out here.
Yeah.
So this is what I did. We'll do a solo tour, and people really like it. They're so nice. So I'm already booked to come back next year now. They liked it so much.
That's great.
Yeah, already invited me back next year, so I said, yeah, why not? You know?
And
I really like it.
And going back to the roots, there's some new Mahones stuff going on too in the background. So
I was in the studio like just the day before I came here. I was trying to get the album done before I left, but I couldn't get it done because it was done, but I'm not finished with it yet. I want to do some more stuff on it. So I was working my ass off to get it done. It's called Jameson Street, and it's a really kind of old school Mahones album.
Okay.
So there's no politics or religion, because I'm kind of sick of that stuff right now. I'm gonna go Green Party, I think.
Let's just have fun and party.
Yeah. See the kids for the world. So, anyways, I think I really enjoyed the making a nice album. That was just fun.
Yeah.
You know, last one, my mother was killed, and it was sad. You know, and the ones before that, Hunger Fight. You know, a lot of politics and history and those things. And you know, so this one is just kind of fun songs. You know. Yeah. And really good album. It turned out great. Really like it. And then he wrote some nice motivational stuff again. A song called Rise Up, Be Strong. It's about, you know, us all coming back out of COVID, meet friends, get together again. Yeah. I wrote a Last Call song for the first time in my life. It's a fucking killer song, so I'm sure all the Irish pubs are going to play it.
Yeah.
So say Last Call a bunch of times in it for them.
Cue it. Cue
that song. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I wrote it for the Irish pubs. Like, you know what? I should write them our Last Call song. A good one. You know?
So for let's do a last call in here, and we'll get you to play us out. So what song are you going to play for me today? I'm going to play you the first song that inspired the solo album. It was called Atlantic City. It's from Springsteen's Nebraska album, you know. It's kind of that was the original idea for my solo album, just me and acoustic guitar. Yeah. Of course, I produced the whole thing, brought in musicians and stuff. But the original idea was to do this. So. All right, let's do it. So when you hear it on the album, you get the whole band. Yeah. But in Jeff's car, it's just Finny. You ready? Let's do it. Yeah. Well, they blew up the Chicken Man. Did it last night. Blew up his house too. Now there's gonna be a rumble on the boardwalk tonight. We'll see what them Rocket Boys can do. Now there's trouble coming in out of state, yeah. You can't get no relief. It's gonna be a rumble on Promenade. You can be
listeners hanging by the skin of his teeth. You know that everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Everything that dies somedays come back. Put your makeup on, make your hair all pretty. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I got a job trying to put my money away. Some problems, some bills no man can't pay. So I took what I had from my Central Trust. I bought us 2 tickets to the Gold City Dust. You know that everything dies, but that's a fact. Everything that dies somedays come back. Put your makeup on, hair all pretty. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Oh, meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now. Now love me if died, love me be cold. For you, forever I'll stay. Going out tonight, baby, and that's getting cold, yeah. Put on your stockings, baby, that's getting cold. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everything dies, that's a fact. Everything dies, some days come back. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, yeah. Well, I got a job, hard to find. Down here there's winners and losers. Don't get caught on the wrong side of that line. I'm tired of coming out on the losing end. So last night I met this guy, gonna do a little favor for him. That sounds dodgy, doesn't it? Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Everything that dies somedays come back. Put your makeup on, make your hair all pretty. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Oh, meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now, now, now. Oh, meet me tonight. Your hair's so pretty, yeah, yeah. Put on your red dress, 'cause I'm taking you out tonight. Better boss that one. Yeah, baby.
Love it. You must love those European tours, because I know you're a big fan of kind of like history and architecture
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Well, we don't have it here.
It's true.
It's a sad part. Our country's what, 200 years old or something? Not very old. We're so young here, right? I don't know how long we're officially, you know, because everybody has different numbers, you know. Well, you know, thousands of years old. It's the indigenous country. Right?
Yeah, most places like, oh, that place is too
we
old.
arrived recently, yeah.
Yeah, let's bulldoze it and put it to him.
Yeah, so, you know, what do you say about it? North America? It's hard to, you know. But in the history of Europe is so old. You go see churches that are, you know, thousands of years old and stuff. I love that stuff. And that's one. But also, once again, that's the kind of stuff you learn to appreciate when you as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're in your 20s, you know, a lot of kids that age don't really care too much about architecture and things. You know, but when you get in your 40s, you know, like, oh, that's a beautiful building.
That's true.
Things change, right?
It's those moments when you have those you think you're cool moments, and then your kids tell you you're not.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my kid's cooler than me now, so I'm screwed.
That's what always happens.
He's so cool. Hi, Kevin. Love you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I love my kid. He's an artist. He's his fashion, art, makeup kind of stuff. Really talented kid.
I'm gonna bring you back to the venue, playing the Old Triangle. It's an awesome Irish.
And the old triangle goes jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. Come see me there tonight.
You need to open with that.
I should, eh?
I was Finny McConnell, Just Musical Car. We're back. He's back.
Yeah, we're gone.
Music's back.
Music's back.
We'll see you next time. You want to play us out a couple chords?
Sure. What do you want to hear? Give me one more night. We get a pick. Sure, I'll play you. I'll play you out. Why not? That's what we call him. Give me one more night in Shakespeare Road, drinking Irish whiskey, dirty shithole. One more night, Shakespeare Road. Love those rare old times, my heart and soul. Rare old times, my heart and soul. Yeah. Hi. Woo. Hi. Hi. Are you ready? Montag! Ah! Hi. Hi. How. 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 Well, we started back in London, back in 85. Just drinking Irish bastard, lucky to be alive. Went down to London to start a band. So everything started to get out of hand. Yeah, I arrived at Picnic Circus. We first met the Clash. A fat in West Palm Park. Started to rock as I knocked on the door. And who did I see? It was Coco and Rory. The bags at the feet. Come on, one more night. Shakespeare Road. Drinking Irish whiskey. Dirty shithole. One more night. Baby Shakespeare Road. Love those rare old times. My heart and soul. The rare old times. My heart and soul. Yeah. Yeah. Went down to Brixton, got us a squad, some dirty old house that was starting to rot. We never had a key to the front doors. We just can't go through the windows, man, he crashed on the floors. When we pissed at the windows using candles for light. We had the best times, we were drinking all night. Yeah, screaming Blue Messiahs on the cassettes. Never get those times, baby, they were the best. Come on, one more night, the Shakespeare Road, drinking Irish whiskey, dirty shithole. One more night, Shakespeare Road, those rare old times, my heart and soul. The rare old times, my heart and soul. The full version, we're in a traffic jam. I went down and write this song, Shakespeare Road, man, put that fucker down. This for you, Coco. Hope you agree. Those are the best times. Coco, Rory, and me. Hi, 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 hi. Say Jeff. Hi, 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 hi. Give me one more night, Shakespeare Road, drinking Irish whiskey, dirty shit. Oh, one more night, Shakespeare Road, with those rare old times, my heart and soul. Those rare old times, my heart and soul. With those rare old times, with my heart and soul. Love you, Montag. East Coast Canada. I'm back, baby.